D2DNY, real world HVAC simplified. And I want to show you a little trick that it's another HVAC hack, another hack. I want to show you today what that entails. So your cooling compressor, and I did a video regarding the compressor. This is a quick little side. I did a video regarding the compressor, how to test your compressor, if your compressor is good or not. And I did say in that video, if you hadn't seen that video, go watch it. I did say in that video that when you do the resistance testing for your compressor, it's very much possible that the compressor could be still bad based on resistance. The windings may still be leaking a voltage or a current draw to ground because the windings resistance is weak. So you would need a tester like this. See, this one right here is digital mega home meter. Okay, so I can test with 1000 volts and measure up to 2000 megs. 2000 megs means million. Okay, like the mega million. Yes, a 2000 million ohms I could check of resistance. I could check with this at 1000 volts. I could check 200 million ohms at 500 volts. And literally the test leads the prongs over here, sends that amount of voltage out once you're in test. If I go test, see that's 265 volts because I'm in the 250 volts range, and literally it's like a taser. It will shock you. But anyway, this is not what this video is about. This video is about it's regarding the compressor. It's about a compressor, and it's a hack, HVAC hack. Okay, so this is going to help you if you have a single phase compressor. Remember, this is only for single phase compressors. Single phase compressors only, not three phase. All right, single phase. That means if you want to know, how do I know if I have a single, or how do you know if you have a single phase compressor? If you got a capacitor like this in your unit, all right, this particular one right here is a dual capacitor. It has 3 prongs on it. All right, dual run capacitor. It has 3 prongs. This particular one is 40 microfarads and 5 microfarads. The 40 is for the compressor and the 5 is for the condensing fan. Okay, now if you got one of those in your unit, that tells you got a single phase unit. Also, another telltale sign, this other capacitor right here is for your evaporator fan motor, right? But you can always go and check on your name tag, you know, the unit name tag, the nomenclature, and it will tell you the power. If you got single phase or 3 phase. All right, 1 pH single phase, 3 pH 3 phase. Now on a single phase, you got a common start and run on your compressor terminals, and on the start, that's where the capacitor is connected to, the run capacitor. But sometimes when you turn the compressor on, and on an older unit, an older compressor, the compressor will pull high amperage. You know, it pull lock rotor, maybe 40, 50 amps, you know, based on the size of the compressor. This is a small one. This unit, it's a small unit, as you can see. It will pull, you know, higher than, you know, very high amperage, because as opposed to the compressor turning over and start pumping once you energize it, or once the contactor pulls in, the contactor right here, it just locks up and just draw high amps, and then after about a minute or so, the compressor internal safeties will open, internal thermal protectors will open, and it will just be dead. It'll be sitting there dead. It'll be hot. After about a minute or two, it will try to attempt to restart again, and the same thing will happen over and over. Eventually the compressor will just be hot. You have no cooling. And how you get around that is by using this bootser kit right here. See right here, it says boots, right? And it's exactly what it does. It says relay and arc start capacitor. This is a start capacitor with a relay kit up top here, and it's so beautiful that it comes with only 2 wires, right? And what you'll do, you'll just plug in one of the wire in the case of a dual capacitor, a dual run capacitor, you'll put one of the wire in C, right? Because these terminals are labeled. This one is a C terminal, and the other one, this orange wire that goes to your compressor, that's the start. Or but on the capacitor itself, it's labeled ERM, H-E-R-M. The term ERM derives from the word hermetically, or hermetically. And hermetically, we're talking about a hermetically sealed compressor. All right, so ERM is for the compressor, and you know, fan is going to say fan, that's the condensing fan, and C is the common. So you'll put one wire on C, and the other wire you stick it on the ERM, which is the compressor terminal. I think I have a schematic here. I can zoom that in real quick and look at it. Okay, so where is that capacitor? Right here. Beautiful. So here's the dual capacitor right here, right? So the brown wire of the capacitor, and that's in the bottom right there. You getting that? There it is, the brown wire in the bottom. The brown wire is in the bottom. That goes to the condensing fan motor. And the orange wire up top, and you can see I have one of the booster capacitor on with the orange wire, and again the other one is on the C terminal. So the brown wire on the capacitor right here goes into your outdoor fan motor, ODM, and this right here is the orange wire, right? This is orange, O-R-G, or O-R. It goes into compressor, CPR. All right, and so the booster kit, you would put one wire here on the common, which is the red, and the other wire over here on the ERM, or the wire that goes to the compressor start winding, and that is, in this case, the orange wire right here. Okay, yeah, and that's it. So by doing that, I got my compressor to run, you know, and oftentimes you get a year, 2 years, 3 years, you know, 3 summers. Sometimes it will only last you 3 or 4 starts, but it's worth a try. This thing right here, this is for a smaller compressor. This probably be for like a ton, 1 ton. And oh, look, it even showed you a little drawing in the backyard of the wire up. It's that simple. It goes from 1 ton to I think probably 3 tons, this little one right here, and then they make a bigger one that goes from 5 to 7.5. I think 10 tons it will be 3-phase, not single phase. All right, so yeah, and this thing works, man, and this thing is only like $20. This particular one here. If you go for the bigger one, I think it's like $40, but $40 to get your compressor and your cooling going under an emergency, you know, that's great. All right, so if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe. You know, hit that notification icon so that every time I drop a video, you'll get notified. This is D2D NY, Real World HVAC Simplified, and I do upload videos on a weekly basis.